Yeah, it
Aeronautics,
depends on what
Federal
source you go
Aeronautics
to.
International is FIA.org,
See what
FIA.org, and NASA themselves, and the Guinness Book of Records. So we've gone to 3 reputable organizations, okay, and they don't have the data on this. And the answer to your question is the reason why it's of great importance is because the Hubble was the heaviest mass, supposedly the heaviest mass lifted into space, the highest altitude. Still up there, supposedly. That's why it's of great importance. Okay? Does that make sense?
Okay, question: if Hubble is fake and it doesn't exist, is the James Webb Space Telescope that is due to replace it, and is it also going to be a hoax?
Absolutely, because the Hubble is not actually going to be replaced. The James Webb Telescope is going to be working alongside it. They don't want to decommission the Hubble because it's still working apparently up there.
Oh yeah,
doing its thing.
They will both continue, and they will both be in operation. You're on that point. You're correct.
I'm correct in everything that I've said. I know it's not up there, but
we
carry on anyway. So another waste of the taxpayers' money is the James Webb, and there's still another one in the pipeline. There is another one from an American astronomer or something, famous an American woman. She's got a telescope named after her a few years after the James Webb. So there's a lot of this. They've seen the writing on the wall.
That's the Valerie telescope, isn't it, Jim?
I'm not sure. I can't remember the woman's name, but you might be right.
It's the Valerie, and it's not a space telescope. It's a telescope that's been built in Chile, and that is actually not funded by NASA at all. By the way,
I'm not sure.
No, I'm 100% sure of that. I know the telescope. It's been.
I was reading it off a NASA. I was reading it off a NASA site. I was reading it from NASA, and I'm sure NASA and American have got some money involved because I was reading about the funding, which is coming from the US. Please don't talk shit here. I know what I'm talking about.
No, they don't get any funding from NASA for that telescope.
The funding is coming from the US of A for that woman's telescope because that's
it's been done by a group of universities who collaborated to get funding.
Well, yes. So
the Federation Aeronautical International.
American taxpayer is still paying.
You've got to let other people talk.
The American taxpayer is still paying. The American taxpayer.
Jim, you've got to let other people talk.
Yeah, but you're just going up in the direction.
Jim, can you let other people talk?
Yeah, Jim, you got to be fair, man. I want to hear what Jess has to say.
So the Federation Aeronautique International is committed to playing an active role within society through the promotion of air sports and improved health and safety, gender equality, education, innovation, and environmental concerns. So where's their space mission?
It's there. Okay, it's there. When I give you the video, maybe you will glean some more. Okay. Why would I make it?
I've just been onto their website. Anyway. I've just been through what they do. They report on some stuff in space, but it's not really any of their core mission. It's more anecdotal. So why would they monitor every single
what about
going up?
FAI?
FAI, Federation Aeronautique International.
Yeah, .org. Yeah,
yes, that's where I've just got that quote from, which I posted in the chat with their mission statement.
Well, they keep data of such, according to Robert Pisano.
No, they don't.
And when you look at the video, please don't interrupt. When you look at the video and you watch it, you'll see that their page comes up, and he's clicking down and he's reading from their page. So you could actually view the page.
I have viewed the page. I've actually got screen grabs from it.
Well, it's okay. Whatever. You will look at his page, and maybe you're not looking in the correct area. So anyway,
I've been through the website, and
let me carry on anyway. I'm going to carry on with what I'm going on with, and that is what you said about the what's her name, Evelyn, or whatever her name is, telescope.
Valerie.
The American taxpayer is going to be funding that as well.
No, they're not funding it. It's been done by a group of universities through private funding.
You're incorrect on that. You are incorrect on that. You need to go back and have a look for the funding. Look at the funding for that. You're fucking wrong. Go look at the funding for that.
Yeah, come on, man. You've got to let them.
About the same telescope as well.
Look, we're correct. So you can't be afraid of the challenge, Jin. You can't be afraid of the challenge. You know, if they want to ask you questions or say that's not right or this is what it was, you know.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of the challenge. I told them the point in question that I was interested in was the funding for these telescopes, because I think there are taxpayers, waste of money. And that's why I was looking into the funding. And it's USA NASA that's doing the funding. I don't care what data he's got. That's what I read last year.
Funding for what?
Funding for the telescopes.
Oh, wow. So the telescopes are actually funded by NASA?
Well, the US government gives NASA the money through Congress or whatever, So they get the okay money, then they get given money. They get given the money in their budget and carry on. Yeah. So the telescope is definitely connected with NASA, without a doubt. Doesn't matter if it's being built in Chile or whatever, but it's a NASA thing and it's a waste of money from the taxpayer. But let me carry on anyway. Right now, we have no record of the largest mass. We have no record of the largest mass lifted to the highest altitude ever. It's not been recorded anywhere. Not on NASA's database, not on the database of the FAI.org, or in the Guinness Book of Records. That there for me is very suspicious. For me, right? You have Mike Mislenski not set eyes on this thing for 25 years. And yet he is the deputy program manager for the Hubble.
Why would they have set eyes on it?
This guy is beginning to get hot under the collar as he's being interviewed. You can tell he's beginning to get a little bit annoyed because the questions are giving him a lot of worry. But anyway, now we have a thing called the Sophia. The Sophia is a Boeing 747, right, that flies at 45,000 feet and has the identical lens and equipment to the Hubble telescope. Identical. Okay, and apparently the Sophia takes better images than the Hubble telescope. Question: why would you have two of these things? Why do we need two Hubbles? Let's say. And I sent the picture
because you can't do a 2-week exposure with a fucking aircraft. That's why. So the heaviest object listed into space was Skylab at 77 tons as a single object. Hubble was flown up not in one piece.
There you go.
The Hubble doesn't weigh as much as Skylab did. Let's have a look at how much Hubble weighed, shall we?
Go
check
it.
Hubble?
Go check it.
Wait, right here. It's 27,000 pounds.
Okay, so less than a third.
To the highest altitude. The highest altitude, apparently, which is 333 miles.
It's not the highest altitude. We've got stuff way further out than that.
Yeah, the epic.
We're talking about telescopes. We're talking about telescopes. Telescopes.
It's a telescope.
Telescopes.
Kosho, you're not allowed to talk. Jim's got to be the only one allowed to talk, and he's allowed to overtalk everybody.
You got to stop doing that, man. We're trying to have a conversation, dude.
Gruff, will you stop over talking, Jin?
I'm sorry, mate.
Yeah.
Terry wants.
Yeah, we're gonna have to send a bill to the American people that sent that Skylab thing and landed here for litter. I'm going to send a bill for littering.
Australia?
Yeah, that's where it landed.
You guys can repurpose it, man. You guys can put some shit up there.
They turned it into a fly pot.
Right. Let's not go off track. Let's not go off track, but that's what always happens.
Let's not go off track about shit that we send up into space that falls back down and we've actually recovered. That would be awkward, wouldn't it, Jin?
So we're talking about the heaviest telescope, another distracting tactic. We're talking about the telescope, yeah? It's not recorded. So
I got news for you. I'm looking at this right now.
Oh, you keep talking over me. Can I not finish what I'm saying? I will say this. I will stand by those words that I heard from Robert Pisano. that is not. It hasn't been recorded. The heaviest telescope lifted to the highest altitude. No data anywhere.
Why do you believe
Okay,
Robert Pisano and not someone who's had a COVID vaccine?
Well, the reason why it's Robert Pisano actually rung up Mr. Milensky, and you can hear.
Well, you don't know that. He just claimed he did.
Speaking. You can see the telephone number. It's called out. You can go and ring him yourself.
Well, how does that prove? How does that prove the shape of the Earth, Russ?
Regardless, nothing that Jin is saying proves the shape of the Earth either. But that's not the point.
It does. It does because
I'm looking at a list that is Jin. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the reason. I was only responding to Chemo. But there's heavier aircraft, heavier spacecraft.
I'd like to carry on if I may.
Jin,
Jin,
you can, but Jin, you've got to.
I was wrong about the heaviest object being the Hubble that we've lifted into space. What else do you want to be wrong about?
I'm not wrong at all. I'm not.
He wants to bore us all to death.
It's a telescope. It's a telescope.
We track the Hubble satellites.
You don't track
and we know
it.
where it is. And we can go and look that up, and we can actually observe it in the night sky.
Tracked.
People have posted videos.
Shut
of
up,
that.
Jin.
So yeah, the Hubble's up there. I'm very satisfied. We've got lots of good evidence.
Yeah, not according to Mike Mislensky. Not
Pisano, you get getting the two guys mixed up.
He says not to. He says he is the deputy program manager for the Hubble.
Did he state that the Hubble is not up there?
He stated that it's not being tracked. And then Robert Pisano put it to him that I'm putting it to you that the Hubble telescope is not up there. Because if you don't have eyes on and nothing's tracking it, not even from the ISS
we are tracking it. I'm looking at telemetry tracking data for Hubble as we speak right now.
It's not up there, apparently.
I've got tracking data for it.
It's not being tracked. It is not being tracked.
No, you're just going to say shit that's wrong over and over and over again.
The only way they can get a word in, Kosho, so just let them speak.
I'm going to carry on.
Jin, hold on.
This is how it becomes
There's plenty of people in here. People want to have a conversation with you. That's fine. You got to stop talking over everybody. You got to say what you're saying so people can respond, and then you have to not.
Kosho, it's taking too long. I've told him.
I'm going to repeat myself because I'm going to make sure you get the message. That's how it's
No, please, Jin.
You'll be muted.
No.
Can you disappear, Andrea? Good luck. Goodbye. Good night. Next, please. Right. What do you want to say? Because I want to carry on.
No, go on and carry on. I'm just saying carry on in the way in which you stated.
Thank you very much. Let me carry on.
Would you address the AMSAT satellite tracking for Hubble?
I can't hear you.
I just said so. I posted up the tracking website for the Hubble, and it's done by amateur radio enthusiasts.
Put it up there if you wish. Well done. Put it up there. Well done. Right. Anyway.
So you're saying that we're not tracking it, but I'm showing evidence that we are.
Yes. Well, put it if you're going to put it in. If you feel you must, you must. If you want to do that, do that. I said, well done. Thank you.
Can you address it though?
Sorry.
Can you address it because it directly contradicts one of your claims?
I am going to carry on. I am going to carry on. I'm going to
be wrong.
So what he's saying is he just wants to wave it away. He doesn't care.
I'm not.
You've made a point. I've directly contradicted it with evidence.
You're interrupting. You're interrupting. You're interrupting. And I'm trying to get forward. I'm trying to get through this. Here we go.
Well, you need a mod to shut you up.
Jin, hold on. Are you reading? Jin, are you reading something?
Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat.
Jin, are you reading
something? I'm wanting you to look at it so we can address it.
I will look at it when I'm ready. Put it in the chat.
Oh, fuck off then.
Now, Mike Mislensky says not to.
Oh, who cares? Who cares? Does anyone here care about Mike, whatever his face is?
Are you going to keep fucking interrupting?
Well, I will if you continue talking, yes.
Shut up, you silly moo. Up, you silly moo.
Ooh.
Let me finish what I'm talking about.
Well, that's just it. You're not. You just keep repeating the same bit over and over and over. Get on with it, man.
So I can finish. Can I carry on? This is how you.
Well, if you must.
Carry on.
Shut up, Andrea.
What you said. about tracking
It's not Andrea, you stupid wanker.
Track anything.
Kosher, a third wheel is not helping. Let people speak.
Yeah. So shut up and silly move. Right now, I'll try and get it out again. According to Mike Malinsky,
So everyone else would get muted except for this dick.
Shut up,
Great.
you silly move. Shut up.
So fair. It's just so fair in here, isn't it?
No one has to be
Silly move. I
muted
can't
there.
get it out.
Agreed, Mippet. I get exactly where you're coming
this
from.
animal? Can you not mute this animal?
The only person that will mute is Kosho. Like that. Okay? So, I don't know why he's not allowing the conversation to flow.
He said to.
What?
He said to do that.
Thank you.
I said to. I didn't say to mute him.
No, Jin said to do that. I was just listening to Jin. Everyone said mute Jin. Jin said mute the animals. I thought
Stop being silly, Kosho.
Okay. All right. Everybody, let's just let Jen,
Right.
the idiot,
Jin, hold
continue.
Listen, you cunt. Don't call me an idiot.
For a bit, and then we'll interject.
Right. Thank you. Now, not according to Mike Malinsky about the Hubble being tracked. He hasn't set eyes on it, and he's the deputy manager for Hubble telescope. He is the deputy program manager, and he says it's not being tracked. Also, the Hubble doesn't have any propulsion system. So how does it keep its out and keep itself in orbit? Because this, with the orbital decay, the ISS loses to 2 miles every 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes. So what's keeping it up there? That's the other question that was asked. How does it not have an orbital decay from this Hubble? It's got no propulsion
Now
system
somebody
at all.
can enter with to the response to that question, because it is that proposition, that pose was absolutely ridiculous. How does it stay up there?
Correct. No propulsion system, according to Mike Malinsky. The Hubble doesn't have any propulsion system whatsoever. So how does it stay up there?
So it is up there, though.
And continues to stay up
How does
there.
it stay up there?
It's called being
does it
in
stay up there?
orbit.
I could answer that
Being
question with
in
a question of not
orbit.
wanting to know who this person
There
is.
is such a thing as orbital decay.
Terry is asking something, Jin. Let Terry
I'm,
ask the question.
I'm asking for a citation or a documentation or credentials of this person, that's who he is and what he does.
Yeah, thank you for that question. Everything will be revealed to you in the video that I will post shortly.
Oh my
Everything.
God. In
This
other words,
department-
I've got
can you stop
nothing
interrupting,
and I'm
you
making
silly
shit
move?
up.
You silly move. You silly
he
move.
has no
Shut
answer.
Up. Shut up.
That's
No,
the paper
I'm
I've just
answering your
posted
question.
that
You had your
includes
time.
Zelensky.
Jen.
Kosho.
Yeah, one
Kosho.
person at a time telling him he's a dick.
Kosho.
So I've just posted an article which is from Science Direct, which actually shows Mike Zelensky working on data from the Hubble.
So I am trying to answer the question.
So he knows
Kosho.
it's there because
I'm
he's
trying to
worked on
answer the
data
question,
from it.
Kosho.
All right, let's see.
So,
Jin,
I am trying to answer the
I'll take
question.
your word for it.
All
Jin,
right.
I'm taking.
I have a direct
People are
question.
interrupting, Kosho.
Mr.
I have a
Mr.
direct question
Hold on,
for
Renee,
Jen.
Renee, hold on, man. Hold on.
Okay.
Answer
Answer
Terry's
the question.
Jin, since you're going to cut everybody off to do
Right, I'm trying to answer. So stop the animal by the name of Andrea. Mute the animal, otherwise it's going to happen again. Okay?
Man, you're a total
Mute.
fuckwit. It's not even Andrea. What a dickhead. Try and abuse people that aren't even fucking here.
But he treats people with honor
Jen,
and
I
respect.
have, Jen, I have a
Oh,
direct
yes,
question.
he's just such a
Jen, I have a
respectful
direct
person.
Jen, I have a direct question for
Not
you.
yet. Jen is
does,
answering. Jen's
does,
answering your question.
Why
Why are you asking another question when Jen hasn't answered the one already out there?
Does
How many fucking audits do we have to deal with here?
Is there such thing?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Fine, it's fine. Carry on.
It's not fine. These Globers are an absolute fucking embarrassment.
They are free to speak. It's an open platform.
They're crazier than Jin right now.
Well, like I said, it's open, it's free. People can give their opinions.
Kimo, you're just being contrary. That's it.
That's not fair, Cove.
Being silly, really.
Fucking contrarian bitch.
Look.
So
Jin,
let's have that. Let's have that question.
Jin, the problem
Again.
is that when you make a point, they want to respond to what you're saying. So obviously, when I do it,
Jin is supposed to be answering a question.
Okay, so let's get the answer.
You don't even know what's going on, Kimo. Quit trying to lead.
Kosher, stop muting everybody.
Yeah.
Stop talking to people, Kimo. You're not even in the loop. You don't even know what's going on.
You're a bit of a hypocrite there, Kimo, telling Kosho not
And
to
everybody
bloody
else,
mute
shut the
people.
fuck up until Jin answers his question.
Right. What was you wanted a citation for the statement about the Hubble not having any propulsion? I replied by saying that I've said is in a video which is only 54 minutes long. Everything. Mike Malensky actually saying that it doesn't have any propulsion at all. Much to the surprise of Robert Pisano.
Accepted that it doesn't have propulsion. Go on to your next point.
Telephone. Hang on. Why are you interrupting? Have I?
Because you're harping on a point that's already
you
known.
Haven't let me finish. Here we go again. Here we go again. Here we go again. The telephone number and his department is available for you to read, and you can make a phone call to that person directly. Okay, now I've finished. I'll finish now. What question?
Cool. So Mike
Question.
Zelensky is a planetary scientist.
Miss Lensky.
As you've not posted any information about this guy, I went and checked NASA's website, and this was the closest name I could come up with.
Yeah, the name is Ms. Lensky. Okay? Mike Mislensky. The interview happened in 2016.
All right, we may need to stop and take a break for a little remedial reading lesson for Jen.
Yeah,
For me.
first, we've got to find out who the right person is and what his name is.
You can go and check that right now in your own time. Now, so the Hubble. I'm going to carry on, yeah, because like I said, there's a lot to get through.
I thought you finished. You just said you finished.
No, about answering the question that someone asked. Now I'm going to carry on with this now here. Sophia, which is another taxpayer's waste of money. Why would we need two Hubbles?
What do you care? You live in the UK. It's got NASA and shit. It's got nothing to do with you.
It's a perpetuation of a lie, because anyone in the world can actually look at and use that telescope. Any university, any human being. That's why I'm interested.
Jen, when did the Sophia telescope start operations?
From 2002 to 2004, right about that time.
No, 2010.
No, you are mistaken.
No, look it up on the Wikipedia page. The dates are posted there. When was the Hubble telescope launched?
I've written it down here. Too. The Sophia came in online 2000. Sorry, I got that wrong. 2010. Yes, that's
Thank
right.
you. Hubble telescope was launched when, Jen?
1990.
Now, do the math and tell me where that 20 years difference comes out from.
Look, the question, it's got nothing to do with what I'm talking about. The question is
your claim is the Sophia
you don't even know what you're talking
Hubble
about.
telescope, but the Hubble telescope was launched 20 years before the Sophia telescope was in operation. Are you a fucking monkey or what?
My claim to
No,
you
a monkey's smarter, let's be honest.
That's true. Apologies to monkeys everywhere.
Shut the animal up. Shut the animal up. My point is this.
Can you shut him up if he calls me an animal one more time? Because that's just rude.
Can you shut this animal? Because I can't seem to get.
Every time you say that, Jin, I'm just going to mute you. Don't ask
you're going to mute me now. So now you're going to mute me when they're talking over you, Kosho. Me now, Kosho. Yeah? The animal up, yeah, because he's interrupting. Thank you.
Oh, Jen, are you just interrupting you? Considering you do that continuously.
Right, now here we go anyway. I will. So, Sophia.
Well, hang on. Let's go back to the guy. What was his name? Michael what? Zelinsky, Kaplinsky, what?
It's Miss Linsky.
Right.
And YS.
Are you going to allow me to...
He is the guy that directs the Hubble
Are you going to allow me to carry on?
So I'm just telling people who this guy is because you haven't. And I'm just about to post a link to some bio. Sorry, can I just get this point out to you? Because I'm just helping you. Oh, for fuck's sake, don't help me. Jim, can you let someone else talk? It's not just you that's allowed to talk.
You're not allowing me to finish my point. I'm not getting my point. I'm just trying to address them
for 20 minutes.
Gin, I asked a certain...
For 20 minutes, rambling on. Yeah, we don't want...
I'm trying to address the story.
Make your point about what the issue is, and then we can look at it. Do it in a sentence. You don't have to do the big, long, fucking rambling talk.
I want to address the subject.
Jen, you're gonna get 20 seconds more. After 20 seconds, you're not going to talk after that.
Actually, this is not organic or natural in any way at all. It doesn't need you every 5 seconds telling people how to speak.
You didn't hear me then.
Let the adults discuss and figure out for themselves, Kosher. You're not their parent, are you? Let them talk, for goodness sakes. They don't need you every 5 seconds. Look, talk like this, talk like that, talk like this, talk like that. Just let people talk. Russ and Jin will figure it out at some point and come to a resolution. It doesn't require you.
God, you're a fucking retard, dude. I'm recording this shit. I'm showing it to Jem, dude. From when you came in on to now, man. Because you're a fucking...
Again, now we're talking about you and Kosher's issues. Again. Let Jin, let Russ...
Can we get back to the issue of the Sophia?
Let Mippet, let all these people speak, Kosher. You've been talking all night, non-stop.
Yeah, I haven't been.
All night. Yeah, let the people speak.
Jin is the one that's been talking all fucking night, Chemo.
But
or have you been in a different room to everybody else?
Russ and Jin were about to sort it out.
Hubble telescope.
And Kosher was too impatient.
Let's stick to the Hubble, Jin, before we move on to other things. Because otherwise you're doing multiple topics.
Yeah,
so
the Hubble and
the Hubble
are related, which is what I'm trying to do.
Hubble, the 20-year gap between the launch of Hubble and the launch and when we started using Sophia. The next question I would ask, and this is a question I don't know the answer to.
Are you American?
It's an honest question.
Are you American?
So it's an honest question that I'm asking here, Jim.
Are you?
I just want to try and get the question out very quickly. What do they have the same instruments? Are they looking at the same frequencies between Sophia and Hubble? Are they doing exactly the same job?
According.
Shall we go and look at what instrumentation are on both systems?
Have you finished your question?
Yeah.
That was no, by the way.
According to the video, which I'm about to post to you, here Robert Pisano tell Mike Milensky that the Sophia has the identical same equipment, and he's reading it from the specifications. Okay. So I'm going to post a video now, and you can check it later. So yes, they are identical. That's what
Let's go and have a look at the instruments on Sophia versus Hubble.
I don't know who muted you, Renee. Again, the mods are going crazy. Kosher, stop muting the people.
You stupid fuck. I just unmuted.
Chemo, you bloody hypocrite.
Retard, dude. I'm fucking done with you, man.
Yeah, stop muting people. What did you do?
People in this room, I fuck you up, dude, and talk over you.
What did Renee do?
Fuck him up. Why don't you go?
I have to protect the ballers and the flat earthers from the tyrant
Kosher. Speak to Chemo. Chemo wants everyone to speak, and the more that speak at one time, the better, apparently.
No, but we should be allowed to...
Hey, Chemo, let everybody speak, Chemo. Go on. This is not a 1v1 with me and Chemo. Everybody join in.
Now you're making disorder.
Everybody must be heard. Let's be efficient with this. Enough of this one at a time bullshit. Everybody say what you got to say all now. Let's get this done. Everybody join in. Right, Chemo? This is the efficient way.
You're the only one acting like a fool right now.
No, you're the fucking fool, Chemo.
You're the only one acting like that right now.
You step in and just fucking be a contrarian, and whatever anybody does to try to give any kind of order, you just overrule them and say, let them talk. Well, okay, well then let them talk. No, let that other person talk. Everybody talking over each other, and your answer is, let them talk. So don't you dare fucking say anything about me fucking talking right now. You miserable fucking idiot.
You're the only one acting up right now. Nobody else.
If you want order, Chemo, you gotta be consistent.
Yeah, well,
generally, if we
like
give
I
you
said,
thoughts, Chemo, and we're not a mod, we get muted.
If Jin is going on and on and on, and the Globers, the only way to get in
Chemo,
is to
save it. There's nothing consistent about what you're saying. You're just gonna make it up as you go, fly by the seat of your pants, and lie. Just shut up and let the other people talk.
Well,
let other people take control. Let other people restore order. You stay out of it. You fucking clusterfuck.
Right. So let's get back to the topic.
Actually, Dress, why don't you look at the image of both Sophia instruments and the Hubble instruments?
Round it up now. I'm coming up to the closing stages.
With the wavelength.
And yet still no one's interested, Jim. It's amazing, isn't it?
I don't care if you're not interested, really. This is what I wanted to talk about. I'm saying that the Hubble is not up there, and I'm trying to present the reason why. The question there is, why do we?
Yeah, the reason, but not the evidence. So why the fuck should we take your word for it? Really don't care.
When I'm talking, don't keep talking when I'm talking.
When I'm
this is what I mean. Where are your moderators? Moderate, will you? Now.
Oh no, you asked for this. The moderators asked for this, Jim. This is what the moderators asked for. To shut you up. Yeah, I got DM'd and told to give you shit.
My name is Sophia.
There's no need to keep.
Why is that so?
Jim, the Sophia instruments work at micrometer.
Mike Malensky, I will carry on. Mike Malensky.
You just asked a question. Can you let someone answer it?
Oh, okay, sorry, my mistake. Carry on.
Thank you. No, that's all right, mate. That's a bit heated, and I'm trying to chill stuff down a bit. Rocket.
I'm chilled, mate.
I posted a diagram. I think anybody can look at the wavelengths in which Sophia, the instruments, operates, and the wavelengths of light in which the Hubble telescope operates. I think it's pretty telling.
Oh, they muted Mippet. Why?
Specifically, I'll say again, Sophia works in micrometers. Hubble works in nanometers.
My fucking muted.
They're very different.
But the Sophia takes better pictures than the Hubble, apparently, of the same thing. And the question therein is, well, if the Hubble is out in 330 miles off the Earth's surface, right?
Micro is 10 to negative 6, nano is 10 to negative 9. You fucking moron, you're wrong.
Are you talking over me?
Absolutely wrong. The Hubble takes better images than Sophia.
Shut up. Let me finish what I'm saying.
You said something wrong and I corrected you.
I haven't finished. According to the video that I posted a few minutes ago, only 2 minutes ago, you'll see it there. Robert Pisano explains to Mike Malensky that the Sophia actually takes better pictures than the Hubble.
So what's Robert Pisano's qualifications to be able to say that?
Let me tell you something about this Earth, this flat Earth that we live on. It is not a requirement.
I want you to address the specific question that I asked.
Your question. I am asking your question. Allow me to answer your question my way. Now shut up and listen. Now, it is not a requirement. You
really think that, Chemo? That we'd get... Yep, sounds about right.
Why is this animal talking? Moderator.
Ooh, there he goes again.
Moderator, shut up and let Mippet speak.
Right, now I'm going to answer the question.
All I want is for you to actually just concisely answer the question that just put to you. But of course you won't. You'll just keep going on about animals and stuff.
degree in any given subject, right? In any given subject, to have an interest to the highest degree. Okay? So that's a stupid straw man bloody question. Foolish decisions. Robert Lasano's
he's putting that question to a guy who
he's been in the military. He's ex-military anyway. He's ex-military.
So that doesn't mean he's an expert on
this kind of thing.
optics.
Yes, you don't need to be an expert on optics to know about it. That's the thing. You don't need a qualification. You don't need a qualification.
If I'm going to go challenge a guy and say this takes better pictures, then I'm going to quantify that in a
You don't need a qualification, though, do you? You don't
no, you just need to be a dickhead going, it doesn't work, it's different.
It helps if you study the topic so you can understand it.
You don't need a
challenging people who've got PhDs in those topics and
that don't mean shit.
Have decades of experience. So I could come and do your job as well as you, even though I've got no experience.
Yes, it doesn't mean shit.
I can. Oh, okay. That's amazing. I don't think you could do my job.
It means shit whether you got this. So that's totally a waste of time question. Yeah. Everybody has the right to learn and study a given subject at a high degree.
You're holding him up as a standard,
I'm trying to round
and I'm trying to qualify whether he's a standard worth listening to.
For you. I don't give a shit about what you're talking about at this point. I'm trying to get this done.
Fine, I don't give a shit about what you're talking about then. Should we
change the topic? Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about anyway.
He has a script that he's wanting to go by tonight. That's all it is.
Trying to wind this up.
Yeah, I think it's going to be turn him down a minute soon.
Okay.
Just so I don't have to listen to it.
Yes,
he's got a script running. He's running a script. That's all he's got. He wrote down.
I know he keeps losing his place and getting all excited.
I will get it out.
Jen, how about maybe make a point so they can rebuttal.
Make a point.
I'm trying to, but you've got people.
That is hilarious.
Jen, get to point.
Moderator.
That ain't happening.
Moderator.
Of course,
this is such a shit show. Can you
have
just
nothing, Jen.
sort something out?
Now try and finish.
Jen, you see, everyone is unhappy.
I will try and finish.
Well, just kind of make the point so they can respond.
Chemo.
Okay, I get it, Cavendish.
What are you doing, Chemo?
Listening, Chemo and Kosha, I want to address you two. Are you listening?
Go ahead, Jen. Everybody for real though. Stop interrupting.
Are you listening or not?
I'm listening, Jen.
Listening. When I came into your server earlier on, you were discussing allowing people to talk, and sometimes you're talking about a subject matter, and the people, flat earthers who arrive have to wait. Now that we're here talking, can you do some proper moderation and allow me to articulate my points and answer your questions?
Sure.
Okay,
listen,
that's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
So you're gonna need.
We tried that.
Not listening.
The other moderator stopped us from doing that.
You're still not listening because I'm not finished what I'm saying.
That's what was happening.
I was there. Thank you.
Shut the fuck up.
Jen, can I ask you a proper question?
Go on.
On a straight up question. Can I ask you an honest question, Jen?
Look, I don't want to lose the thread of my point.
Oh God!
Wait a minute.
It won't take long.
But Jen, this is the
problem.
Jen, this is the problem. If you're just reading something, then again, you could either just post it.
And he is.
If you could make a claim.
Yeah, excuse.
Yeah, but again, Jen.
Chemo.
Go on.
It's my notes. They are my notes, and I want to keep going because we're getting sidetracked all the time. You can ask a question.
Yeah, but you can't.
Jen, that's all.
Jen,
if you allow me to finish, I am trying to round it up.
Jen, it's not feasible to read out like
a script
like that.
You're not permitted to do that. So you can make your point, make 1 point at a time, let people respond to that 1 point. If you're not going to do that, you're just going to be muted. That's it.
It just kind of doesn't work like that, in a way. You know, you've got to allow them.
I have one simple question to ask of Jen. That's it. One simple question.
Okay, well,
I don't have a script. I don't have a script in front of me. Nothing.
That was
how many questions do you have?
One.
And it's
Well, bloody well
sure it's
ask
only
it.
one, and it's
Just
not
ask the
scripted.
fucking question.
You can certify that it's not scripted. Are there any other descriptions of what you might get around to asking him that you'd like to give us first?
Have you been drinking a lot tonight?
Just ask your question, Renee.
Look, even Chemo got it.
Jen, are you familiar with the space telescope Lucifer, and do you believe that it has anything to do with the Catholic Church?
This fuckwit asked me if I've been drinking.
I am familiar. I am familiar with the Lucifer telescope. I don't know about its affiliation with the Catholic Church. Now I'm going to carry on where I left off. Now,
Jin, hold on. Let me ask you, Jin. What is this
operation?
Jin, what is it concerning? What's the claim, so we can condense it? What's the claim of your notes?
The claim is the Hubble telescope is not there.
So then all they've got to do is just provide evidence that it does exist. No?
Yeah, but the point is, I'm providing evidence as to why it's not there. That's definitely got to be heard, yes or no.
His point is that we're not tracking. We don't have satellites tracking it, and why should we have?
I'm trying to address
satellites tracking it.
Chemo at the moment. I am trying to address Chemo's question at the moment, but I'm not able to do that. Point is, I'm trying to present.
What about the other question?
Chemo is just as big of an idiot as you are.
I am trying to present the
Chemo,
case
did Jen answer that question? I didn't catch it.
He said he doesn't know.
This is a shit show, man. You guys do it. I'm out for a bit, alright? We got like mods just trolling as well now.
It's important to know if Jen is aware of the space telescope.
Which mod rig are you talking about?
Important point.
I think he's talking about you and Kosho.
I think I know who he's talking about.
Who do you think, Becky?
I'm not going to say it out loud.
Hey, Becky can clear this up. Does Jen know about Lucifer?
He just
he's talking about you.
He's heard of the telescope, but he doesn't know if it has any affiliation to the Catholic Church, which it apparently doesn't, because I've been told that before by you guys in here.
Right.
Nope.
Now, if I could now, thank you very much,
Lucifer.
Becky. Thank you very much, Becky. If I could now just,
telescope
if I can now just carry on with
that has.
We're being sidetracked here.
Yeah, Renee, you had a very important question. You asked it. Jen answered it.
I answered the question. I'm going to carry on with where I'm going. Thank you. I'm trying to round it up. I'm going to need about 5 minutes.
Jen, go ahead.
Right, here we go. Now, Mark Milensky, then after hearing that Sophia is in operation, he states that the Hubble's been around longer. He says, yes, I know that, but before the Hubble telescope, the stratospheric observatory program was in operation before the Hubble, and it happened in Antarctica, where they set up helium balloons with telescopes looking into the stars. With that, Mike Milensky then quietens up because he was a bit shocked to hear that revelation that before the Hubble, they were already doing space observations, looking at the stars. Okay? And then he says, okay, well, I've got to go now because, he's a busy man. It has been 50 minutes after all. And therein, my point, why is it we have two Hubbles, and why is it it's not being tracked? Why is it that we've got a Kepler a new telescope, the James Webb coming in, and so on and so forth? But there you have it.
We are tracking it,
right? So my question, just on that, Jen, my question to the room is: did anyone actually understand what the fuck he was on about?
Pretty much.
No. I just zoned him out. Sorry.
The 2-minute synopsis, guy rings up, guy at NASA gets asked some questions, he's recorded it, and there's not another satellite monitoring the Hubble. Though we are tracking it obviously from the ground, and we can do that through triangulation through distant radio telescopes. That's one way, and we also know the distance, so we know its altitude based on the time delay between the send and the receipt of signal.
It's not that. I know what he said. The question is, does he understand what he said?
Oh, I don't know about
that. Now, I would like to address Paul's decisions. Just add to this. So there are no eyes on, but you're tracking it from the ground, but no eyes on. So there are no satellites
on the Hubble
looking and able to take the picture.
Yeah.
Right?
We've had eyes on the Hubble, and we can do that from the ground as well, because at the right times you can see the Hubble.
When was that? Because according to Mike
posted a video earlier.
According to Mike Mislensky, the deputy program manager for the Hubble, he says, not to my knowledge. And he's been keeping. He's the man.
Jen, Jen, shut up now. I listened to the video. He asked specifically, "Are there any high-resolution images of the telescope?" And to which he responded, "Not to my knowledge." Not that it wasn't tracked. If there wasn't any high-resolution images directly.
Yeah, making up your own
You're a fucking
definitions
liar,
of words.
I posted the 3 examples that Jen said in the video. Those are the timestamps of it. You can go look those 3 points he's trying to make. He's fucking lying.
Go and check it.
No.
Go and have a look at it. Eyes on.
So let's say
Malensky says, not to my knowledge.
17.
When he talks about the balloon, Malensky says, yes, but the balloon doesn't have the same frequency of imaging as Hubble. He does not say, "Oh, I didn't know that," as Jen is claiming.
What do you mean I didn't know that?
Jen, you're misrepresenting the entire fucking video.
No, I'm not misrepresenting anything.
It goes back to my point. Does he actually understand what he's saying?
The main crux of what's being said there is that the Hubble is not up there. That's the main
That's
thing.
the way you read it. Everybody else reads it in a different way.
The man who's in charge of it has not seen it in 25 years. It's not up there. It doesn't have on a proposal.
Conspiracy.
High-resolution images of it.
How is it able to stay up there? How do they deal with
I can tell you the orbital mechanics of how it operates if you really want to know, but you're not going to listen to me, so.
The Hubble telescope is not up there. It's not being tracked.
Yes, it is.
No one can see it. It's not even up there. Not up there. No proof, no evidence.
Well, it doesn't matter how many times you say it, it's still going to be untrue.
It's never been seen up there. There's no evidence for it, not even from the satellites that are supposedly up there.
Like I said, being wrong all the time must get boring.
And furthermore, if that Hubble did lose its altitude in orbital decay, it would fall in line with the ISS, where photographs would be taken, but there aren't any from the ISS.
What the fuck are you talking about?
God.
I'm talking about the orbital decay of the Hubble.
You know nothing about orbital decay.
You know nothing about orbital decay, and if you look at the
video, you can't say it. To me, you can't say that.
Actually, demonstrate the maths.
Actually, Jen, I can. I can demonstrate the entire equation.
What altitude?
Jen, the Dunning-Kruger of that statement is amazing.
And it would have been in line.
Jen is the same person.
Hubble does not have propulsion. I accept that and agreed upon that.
Doesn't even understand basic astronomy.
Wait a sec, guys. I've got a question. I've got a question for Jen. Jen. I've got a question. Jen. I've got a question for you. Can you explain to us how orbital decay works?
He's going to change the subject.
No, don't distract him.
Orbital decay, which doesn't really exist because the Earth isn't a globe. Orbits around.
It doesn't exist.
Right? So in your fantasy story, orbital decay is when a supposed object, supposedly orbiting the spherical Earth ball that's never been found, loses its altitude. That's what orbital decay is.
And what are the variables and how do they relate to each other to cause this?
Can't hear you.
What are the variables and how do they relate to each other to cause this?
Well, like I said, it's an impossibility because we don't have a spherical ball. It's all merely speculation. There is no ball that is being orbited around, so it's just a story.
But you understand.
You take your pick. Remember, it's your heliocentric pseudoscience story.
You're dodging it. You're dodging it.
So you're
dodging it.
I'm not dodging it at all. I'm not dodging.
Orbital decay is a thing. Orbital decay is a thing, and there are variables that have to be taken into consideration to explain how it works. If the Earth was a sphere, shut the fuck up. If the Earth, I'm saying if the Earth was a sphere, you nong. Right? So how does it work?
Oh, so if Earth was a sphere, yeah?
Yeah. Explain how it works on a sphere.
It's not a sphere.
What are the variables and how do they relate to each other?
A sphere, yeah?
Yanon, is that like anon?
So the Earth isn't a sphere. Look, I'm not going to give you any more explanation than you need to know.
You don't know, do you? You can't explain it.
It's losing its altitude to atmospheric drag, basically. That's if it were possible.
Was it holding your toes to the fire, Jim?
This has never been proven. Never been proven.
Okay, I'm done with you, mate. I'm done with you. You don't know.
It's going to re-enter in about 20.
I think not only your toes burnt, your feet are burnt, and you're burnt.
Spherical ball. The Earth as a spherical ball has never been proven.
Incinerated, I'd say it was.
Gene, can I ask a question?
Yes, Rocket. Hang on, Rocket's trying to say something.
As a spherical ball. The Earth as a spherical
ball. Going to re-enter in about 2027, based on one of the most recent analysis that's been done. Not by me, but in a paper that I just looked at.
The Earth as a spherical ball.
Hey, Gene, 1 second. 1 second, Gene. I need to ask Rocket a question.
The Earth as a spherical ball has... Okay, go on.
Gene, I need to ask Rocket a question. What is orbital decay, Rocket, and what are the variables to explain how it all works?
You can use a more complex method, but the drag force is based on drag coefficient. You usually take that as 2.2. The normal frontal area and the velocity of the object and the density of the atmosphere at that altitude. Those are the four variables. Yeah.
Right, but the thing is, the Earth as
did you get that,
Gene? The globe hasn't been substantiated yet. So it's, the Earth as a globe.
That's besides the point, Gene.
All that was
said. That's besides the point.
Proven. It's a theory.
That's besides the point, Gene.
It's a story.
Gene, that's besides the point.
It's not real. It's not real.
It just doesn't
stop. All right, mate. All right, Gene. Okay. All right, Gene.
Decay doesn't mean anything.
Gene, I have a question.
Nothing's decaying through an orbit. Nothing.
I'm just going to look at. I'm just going to look at the blonde that Psychics is posted for me. 1 sec.
Gene, I have a question.
It's all a story.
Gene, I have a question. Do you think you know more about orbital mechanics than a rocket scientist?
No, of course we don't. Well, I don't know what
it's not rocket scientists to understand. Of course I understand it. I understand it.
Oh, okay. So you understand it.
Jin,
do you know what Dunning-Kruger is?
Yes.
Do you know what Dunning-Kruger is, Jin? Yeah, good.
Jin, is the atmospheric drag
to the point where it's
satellite down? Jin, is the atmospheric drag slowing the satellite down?
Like I said, it's just a story. It's speculation. It hasn't been proven. Earth as a spherical ball hasn't been proven.
Okay, Jen,
can we get back to the point?
Jen?
Beside the point. It's right on point.
Jen, hello.
I'm listening to you.
Rocket, can you communicate to Jen on his level? Explain to him how NASA sends rockets up to the altitude of Hubble to release fluoride to prevent orbital decay.
Oh, that's classic.
I like that. That was good.
It's never been done. That's one of the missions.
Jin, but my simple.
The last mission was in 2008.
Atmospheric drag.
The last time the Hubble was serviced 2008, supposedly. It's not up there. The Earth as a globe is substantiated.
Well, again, you can say you don't know it's up there, but you can't say it's not up there because you don't know.
I know it's not up there.
I know you can say that, but I don't believe you.
It's a violation. It's a violation of nature's laws, so it's not up there.
Again, I don't believe you.
Around the spherical ball. That's fine. I don't mind. Doesn't bother me no either. But
well, it does seem to bother you.
Be assured it's not up there.
No. Be assured it is up there.
That's because it's a lie from NASA. Because NASA's lying to the world.
No, you're lying to us.
Taking taxpayers' money.
Jen, you're just lying to us. I'm sorry. You're lying to
Renee, calm down.
Hold on, he's finally speaking sense. Let Renee talk.
Let's talk to Renee. Renee, don't do that.
Finally making sense.
Why did he get muted? What did Renee do wrong?
Why did he get muted?
Because he's babbling in the channel and you guys are really annoying.
Yeah, but he's a passionate globe earther.
I've been actually making sense, and I've been trying to actually talk like a level-headed, and somebody, whoever it is, keeps wanting to block me.
Right.
Why? I have no clue.
Me. I've been blocked.
Kosho, Renee. Kosho is muting you. The baller is on your side. He keeps on muting you.
Stop talking. I'm
now,
addressing him.
You're a passionate glober who should be allowed to defend the globe if a flat earther tells you the earth is flat.
Fucking doing this.
Kosho, I'm talking to Renee.
I didn't, dude, stop. Guy,
I'm in another discussion with Renee.
I unmuted you, though, guy, and then you started making these weird noises, and so
and we can ask you what the problem was.
No, I absolutely did not. I was making no weird noises at all.
Well,
I was purposefully getting blocked constantly.
You're making them now, Renee.
No. Well, I know what happened.
You're making weird noises right now, mate.
No, that's not what happened. He was talking, Kosho muted him. Then he started making noise. He was unmuted because he didn't realize he was muted. That's what happened.
I muted him the last time when he was making the fucking noises after I unmuted him.
No. He's asking questions to.
Who cares? Let's just move on with anything at all.
Yeah, I was directing questions towards Jen and everybody, and for some odd reason, I kept getting blocked. I have no word. I agree. Idea why.
You are a real globe earther, Kosho. He's not here to gatekeep, Kosho. He's here to ask real questions, Kosho. He's passionate about the globe, Kosho.
Chemo, shut the fuck up so we can talk, Chemo. I didn't
let the real globers talk to the real flat earthers.
Talk then, Chemo.
Stop gatekeeping.
Chemo, Renee has questions.
Okay, real glober. Let him do it.
Stopping him from asking his important.
I didn't stop him. Kosho stopped him by muting him.
Well, if you can stop him,
let him go. Still stop him.
And then when Jen comes in, I'm gonna fucking tell him why he did it.
Renee, ask another great, brilliant, insightful question.
Don't listen to that, Renee. Go on, just ask your question.
Don't hold back, Renee. Go for it.
No. Is it
ask Jen why you're being muted?
Oh, for goodness sake.
Jen.
Yeah. Yes. What's happening?
Really kind of like you.
What's happening?
Why? Why do I kind of like you? Because you're just a wild ass individual. You're just out there.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Anyway, continue, everybody. Don't let me interrupt your party.
Right. So we're satisfied that orbital decay is not a thing because the Earth as a spherical ball hasn't been substantiated to exist. It's not there. So nothing's orbiting the Earth and falling around the Earth. It's not a thing at all. It's not a thing.
I disagree with you.
It's just a story. A fantastic story is what it is.
Jin could be right. In his head, this happens.
I mean, you guys have felt
right story.
I mean, you felt miserable.
For me, Jin, the only one telling stories is you. The only one ignoring evidence is you. The only person that seems to want to believe some weirdo guy that he's found on the internet, who he doesn't even know what qualifications or what skills he has to comment on it, is you. Me, I'll go and ask a rocket scientist when I want to know about orbital K. And if someone says, can you tell us all the variables in orbital K? I say, no, I can't, because I don't know. and I will go and research, or I'll go and question an expert on the topic.
Newton's laws prove orbital mechanics.
Can we respond to Druss? He's saying that they would talk to an expert.
Orbiting the Earth.
Jin, should we talk to an expert on this question?
Not necessarily.
No, there aren't experts. There are no experts.
Yeah, on this question,
because the Earth's not a globe.
Right.
There is no such thing as an orbit.
Because the expert would be a liar.
Right.
The expert is a liar.
There you go. So in your head, how would the flat Earth work then?
Work in what sense?
We're just exploring what's in your head at the moment, Jin.
All you need to do is go outside. That's all you need to do.
Right, outside of your head, or
go outside and see a sunset. See the sun go below the Earth.
Mountain.
That sounds cool to me. I see that most days.
Yeah, go to a high mountain, look something that's at the same elevation as you, and it's below you.
Observations you can make.
To watch.
Do you think
Orion go below the horizon last night? It was really cool.
Hey, Jin, do you think self-doctrination is a real thing? Do you think it's possible? Yeah. You do? How would that work? Self-indoctrination, how would that work?
Lovely point you raise. I was an elementary school boy.
Well, make it quick. I've got a friend coming over to drink beer with me.
Your question. I'm answering your question. When I was an elementary school boy of the age of like 8 or 9, when NASA was supposedly going to the moon, I taught myself how the car works, the combustion engine. I read a book. So I didn't have that knowledge before, but I gained it. That could be a form of indoctrination, couldn't it? Could it not?
Was that book written by experts?
The answer to your question is yes. The answer to your question is yes.
Yes, okay, good. I thought it was. As long as you understand that.
I know that. I've known that since I was a young boy. Learn how the combustion engine worked. The first book that I picked up was from
I read a book that you know how to read.
I read a book on how to read. When I was a young boy, I'm probably not that much younger than you, but I read a book on how the solar system's laid out. Would that be a form of self-indoctrination?
Broke up, so I didn't hear you. You broke up.
Yeah, I've got a bad connection here. Hang on. Is this better?
Much better, no problem.
Right, so when I was a young boy, I'm probably not far much younger than you, I read a book on how the solar system was laid out. Would that be self-indoctrination?
Yes, why not? It can be classified that because you're uploading the knowledge. And if you keep on uploading it and uploading it and uploading it, kind of like a self-indoctrination, if you like. If you want to call it that, I would call it reaffirming your knowledge. That's all, but it's up to you.
Oh, so my knowledge has been reaffirmed. Okay, I'll go with that.
Well, of course it is, yes.
So the Earth is a sphere, and it all works on a sphere. And the sphere explains what we see and observe most easily and most succinctly. That's good, Jin. Thanks, mate.
It has to be right. So it has to be based in reality.
No, you've done your work, mate. I thank you for your input. You've given me what I need to hear. Good on you. Good on you, Sonia.
You need to cross the road a little bit. Yes, you need to cross the road, though, my man. You know, you've got to cross the road to the reality. You can't leave yourself.
I was in reality,
world, right? So whatever you upload to your brain and indoctrinate yourself with, has to relate to, in regarding the Earth as being a spherical ball, has to be proven, has to be real.
Yes,
yeah?
yes, yeah, it was,
there.
yeah.
And if it's not there, no evidence for it, then you're just believing in a fantasy, aren't you?
What's proof, mate? What do you call proof?
Proof is physical evidence, or it could even be in writing, It could be in writing as well, but with the Earth, regarding its redundancy, has to be proven, isn't that? So the proof of that is the curvature. Then there's a spin that it's supposed to have.
Right. So
where's the rotation of the Earth? We don't detect that. Go on.
Right. So just on that proof is proof in the form of writing. A Cavendish experiment was done in a vacuum. No, it wasn't filmed, but it was put down in writing.
No, it wasn't.
I take it that's proof.
Don't lie.
That's proof.
No,
Thank you, Jin. No, come on, Spurs. Come on, Spurs. You heard Jin. He's on your side. He said that's proof.
Well, where is it then? Where is it?
That is proof.
Where's the Cavendish in the vacuum?
Well.
There was a written paper on it.
Jin, are you saying you agree with this paper?
That's proof. Jin just agreed.
He agrees with the paper.
The paper's been posted in here, mate. Scroll back.
Yeah, come on, you Spurs.
Jin. Come on, you Spurs. Jin. Think mass attracts mass in the vacuum?
No, of course he doesn't.
Oh.
Absolutely not.
But we have proof for it.
Absolutely not.
He doesn't believe it, but we have proof for it. He agreed there's proof.
It has to relate to reality. I did say
that's right.
It has to be regular.
It did.
And that means we must be able to
Our
observe
reality, maybe not yours.
And you.
When you do an experiment and you record the results and it says, gosh, that looks like mass attractive mass to me in a Cavendish, then that's kind of your output when you do an experiment and you record the results. That's why we bring the paper up, because that shows
the proof was written down.
Nowhere in the
and the date has been written down.
The proof has been written down.
They even took
there you go, Spurs. There you go, Spurs. It's done. You don't have to ask for it anymore. We've given you proof.
No, the book you read on
no, Spurs, it's done. Spurs, you wanted it in a vacuum. We gave you proof.
Jim, the book you read on combustion engines, was that pretty accurate? Did that help you understand it?
Don't worry about parallel analogies or whatever you're trying to do. We've got what we need. It's done.
We're waiting for bio. I don't know if you know bio.
It's done. It's been done, Spurs.
We have a user called.
You don't have to worry about BioJuul. It's been done.
That's the one. Bio.
My friends here. I've got to go and drink some beer.
Have a good day. Have a good time, was. But yeah,
man, Kimo, you deserve it, man. Congrats, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, just because you want this doesn't mean that everybody else expects it. Just because you have unreasonable standards of evidence doesn't mean that everybody else does, Kimo. So, don't say that we need this. It's you that needs this, and maybe a couple of other people in your little crony group.
I would say you need it more than we need it.
No, I don't. I'm happy. I'm very, very happy with how the world works. I think I've got a reasonable understanding, and I understand where the limitations of my knowledge says that I really should say things like, I don't know, I'm not sure.
Of course, I would beg to differ and say that you do need the science
to
back up your claim.
I think I can determine my own needs for myself, and as I'm sure that you can.
That's what you think.
So I appreciate your wild and speculation and opinion, but I don't need it.
That's what you think.
Hold on.
Now, obviously, remember.
Druss, we got to ask Druss a question. This is paramount. Druss, are you aware of the Lucifer Space Telescope?
Oh, yeah.
What, the one controlled by the Catholic Church and Jesuits?
That's irrelevant. That part doesn't matter.
I didn't realize
what we need to know is, are you aware of it?
I believe it's a binocular-type telescope that has been around for about 30, 40 years.
Not safe for work.
No, not looking for any information or facts about it. What we're looking for is, this is what matters. Are you aware of the Lucifer Space Telescope?
I think as I can associate some attributes to it, yeah, I've got some awareness, not detail.
Just checking, because that's important. It's important to know if people are aware of it.
Well, remember what the Jesuit church says, give me a child at 7 and I'll give you a soul for life.
There we go. All right. Well, I think we're ready to move on.
So yeah, so hopefully BioJewel will complete that experiment for you, Chemo, so you can get rid of your unnecessary incredulity on things.
Oh, yes. So I'd say it's not me who requires this. It's you guys who need science to back up the claim that mass...
No, we don't, Chemo. Seriously, it's just you. It's not us. It's you.
No.
Well, I mean, I like to
told
think
you
that,
directly what my needs are, which is cool. If you misrepresent them again, I will accuse you of lying because you're now trying to intentionally deceive people.
Well, you know, you guys are going through therapy, as I say, and I don't think you guys realise what's going on around you, why and how. And obviously, if you knew Cavendish was in a vacuum, you'd have provided it and shown it. But obviously, we know it's just a story on paper.
Did you just say you're seeing a psychiatrist? Is that what I heard?
No, that's what
you're seeing a psychiatrist. Well, Chemo, you may not need to be on the internet if you're seeing a psychiatrist.
No, I provide
therapy. Might not be beneficial to your mental health.
I provide therapy.
I'm concerned now.
I provide therapy for those transitioning from globe, flat, who find it difficult to come to terms.
So you're out of the job, okay?
Load of crap. Okay.
Those who
I don't think that I'm transitioning from globe to flat because I actually look for evidence for a proposition and a reason to believe it, not a continual case of I don't know. And whenever challenged on the flat Earth, Chemo, the answer we get from you is I don't know. So the best you can say is you don't know what the shape of the Earth is. You don't accept it, and the only thing you do with flat Earth is hold it on faith, not as a belief.
Well, that's the thing, you see, none of us actually know what the shape of the Earth is, and that's what we're trying to discover.
I have strong beliefs which I can rationalise and provide facts for.
Are you going to interrupt me every single time I speak?
No.
Okay. I forgot what you even asked now.
Oh, we most certainly know what the shape of the Earth is. Willebrod Snollius was able to display it back in the 1600s.
Well, again, that was the idea on paper. The model was written down on paper, and obviously we needed...
it was written down. It was done using triangulation, and he was absolutely correct. He only come up with an error of 3.5%.
Is Jin still muted? Why is Jin still muted?
Can you post that name into the chat for me, Rene? Because I don't know about him, and I'd like to go and do a bit of research. I like the history.
See, Jin, what it is, because I'm so pleasant with these guys and walk them through where they went wrong, they're not used to, you know, like being attacked so ferociously. Obviously, it's not just you. Denmark's done it, Merle does it, Whitsitt does it, Nathan does it.
Oh, so we've had lots of experience of this, Chemo, which totally refutes the first part of your statement. How strange.
So it's because, again, you know, I'm in here with these guys and trying to, you know, explain, been lied to, a tremendous level.
You make the claim that we've been lied to at a tremendous level, and you can't prove it, Chemo. Let's be accurate about things.
Well, we're waiting for... I don't know if you know BioJewel. So he's going to conduct an experiment live.
Yeah, I know. You pivot back to that point, and you've actually mentioned it like multiple times. So, yeah, Chemo, I think unless someone has got severe brain damage, which has affected their short-term memory, then they probably would remember that. Because I suspect that you've mentioned it at least 100+ times over the last month or so.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are new people joining every single day, listening to the live stream, who are not aware that mass does not attract mass in a vacuum. People think...
Well, that's your claim, but you've never done that test. So again, you're in the I don't know camp, not in the I can assert this camp. So the honest position I don't know that mass does not attract mass in a vacuum because Chemo has never done the experiment. Chemo has never seen the experiment according to him. And that's the claim. And Jin, you can say we do know as much as you want, but you don't bring any fucking evidence, so I don't give a shit about your opinion.
Yeah, we do know. I can bring you the evidence, and that is this: we don't observe mass attracting mass anywhere.
Oh, bring the evidence. That's your claim. Now bring the evidence.
Have it. How can you evidence for something that you cannot find?
Sure. So when I do this, drops a pack of cigarettes to the table. That's an object accelerating.
Yeah, that's known as the object falling due to its inertial mass. That's what that is.
And why does it go down?
Okay.
What causes the acceleration?
It's due to its inertial
acceleration
mass.
gravity.
It's due to its inertial mass.
Yeah, and why does it go down? Why does it go? Why does it move in a direction, Jim?
Mass.
Why has it got a vector?
Inertial.
Yeah, that's not a force. That's just a inertial mass is basically just the acceleration. So to have inertia, we require acceleration. Yeah, because an object it doesn't start moving. It has to accelerate to gain inertia. So what's causing the acceleration, Jim?
Nothing to do with gravity at all. It's to do with
what's causing the acceleration.
Okay, because things fall at different rates.
What's causing the acceleration?
There's nothing.
There's no cause for the acceleration. Is that what you're saying?
The inertial mass of the object. Inertial mass of the object
is movement. Mass is the amount of shit in a volume. What's causing the acceleration? What's causing the inertia?
The inertial mass of the object.
No, inertia is movement. Yeah, it has to start moving. So I'm holding my pack of cigarettes. It's not moving.
Yeah.
I let it go. It accelerates. What causes the acceleration?
You started it. Because it was at rest. But you picked it up.
I lift it up.
Giving it inertia.
It's now at rest in my hand. It's now at rest. It's not moving anywhere. It's in my hand. Now I let it go, and it moves to the floor.
Yeah.
So what's causing the acceleration?
I pick up my helium balloon. I hold it in my hand. I pick up your pack of cigarettes. I let them go. One goes down, one goes up. What's the problem?
Yeah, cool. And we have buoyancy, which is described through gravity. Next. Now, what's causing the acceleration?
It's got nothing to do with gravity at all.
What's causing the acceleration?
With gravity at all.
What is causing the acceleration? Nothing's causing the acceleration. Okay. Weird. That goes against all forms of physics. That's a violation of the first, second, and third law under kinetics taught by Newton. So I don't know.
And the acceleration, if I can get it out, the acceleration is different from different objects. Okay? So the acceleration is different from different objects.
for different objects.
Fall at the same rate.
Not what I asked. I asked, doesn't matter what the object is, what causes the acceleration?
Get it out. The objects fall at different rates in different mediums and in a vacuum as well. In a vacuum.
Yeah, except that drag in an atmosphere is a factor. So what causes that acceleration?
In a vacuum, things fall at a different rate as well. In a vacuum, things.
I don't think you can prove that, but carry on.
Yeah, I can prove.
What causes the acceleration?
The experiment.
No, I don't care about different rates at the moment. I'm not arguing about different rates of falling. I'm saying what causes the acceleration, and you can't seem to answer that question.
Well, after Jim can't answer that question, Josh, I've got another question.
Of the object. I'm answering it. It is due to the inertial mass of the object.
Yeah, inertia is movement.
Terry, it better be grand.
You picked it up.
What is the force that causes that movement? You keep saying inertial mass. Inertia is movement. Mass is the amount of shit in a volume. What causes the acceleration?
Inertia is the resistance to movement. So if it's inertial mass, Jin, then you have to describe why it's moving. Why is it falling? There's a force causing it to fall, an acceleration that's overcoming its inertial mass. So you have to describe that.
From its rest. The reason why it is falling is because. Have you finished talking, Kosh, or not?
Oh, thank you.
The reason why the object. Have you finished talking or not?
Oh, God, he's listening to the stream again. Bloody hell. Jen, you're interrupting yourself.
Last night, they...
Exactly. He's trying to read from his script.
No, he's listening to the stream. That's why he keeps arguing with himself.
No, I am not listening to the stream. I am not. Okay? So shut up. Now, the object is falling down due to its inertial mass. You picked it up
Which
from its resting place.
you can't define.
And dropped it down. Keep interrupting, you silly move.
I just asked a
Whilst I'm
clarifying
talking,
question,
you silly
that's
move.
all.
When you hear my
God.
voice, it means you've got to shut up. It means you must shut up and allow me to talk, you silly
called
move.
you a name,
When you hear me
hasn't been
talking,
particularly
don't
nasty
talk.
to you.
I know,
Really
he's just,
you
unusual,
silly move.
he's
and you
rude.
keep insulting her. You're showing no respect.
Yeah, he keeps calling you a moo cow.
Foolish decision.
I
Foolish
know.
decision. This woman would never get my respect. Foolish
I'm a
decision.
dragon.
This
I
woman
eat
has
moo
been
cows.
obnoxious from the moment I've met her. Andrea has been nothing but.
Andrea,
And he
is
still
it?
thinks I'm Andrea. I
He
know,
thinks
poor
you're
old Andrea's
Andrea.
getting a beating today.
I'll have to tell her that. No, she's there. She's
Yeah.
muted.
You sit back in the corner. You are not a woman.
Yeah,
Sorry.
very respectful, Jim.
You-
Very respectful. Very respectful of you.
Yeah, she's just being a nuisance.
You're
at the
acting in
moment.
honour, I can tell
From
this.
the word go, things fall due to their inertial mass.
I wish I'd hurry up and Jin had answered the
Define
question so I can ask him another
inertial
question. Russ.
Yeah, Jen, did you hear when I defined that?
Defending my honour and integrity. Yes, thank you.
You lack
Right,
it.
things
Sorry.
fall
Jen, I
due
just
to
defined
their
that.
inertial mass.
It's the opposite of acceleration.
Things fall due to their inertial mass.
Yes,
Man,
you
I'm
said
getting
that,
tired holding it up.
Define inertial mass, Jen. Define inertial mass, Jen. Define
Okay. So,
inertial mass, Jen.
Right, okay. So the inertial mass is the potential inertia that an object has due to its weight.
So what you
why-
actually mean is potential
So
energy.
you don't know then.
Yeah,
he's
why does
talking
it
about
got weight?
potential energy under Newtonian.
Please continue, Jen. I want to hear you read some more off of Wikipedia.
Oh, Kosho, thanks for the correction, by the way. I appreciate that.
No. So it's not you. I'm corrected.
I'm not reading. I'm not reading.
You
Wikipedia.
corrected me.
I'm
I
not
was wrong in what I
reading
was saying,
Wikipedia.
and that's why I'm saying thank you.
It's
no
not
problem.
coming from
Yeah,
Wikipedia. This is coming from a video by Peter. Pete. Can't fucking talk, can you? Everyone talks over you.
What about inertial mass?
Go look it up then. Bloody hell.
Jude, I think
Yes,
you're supposed
inertial
to
mass.
find that.
I can, if you want to be educated, I can post to the link.
Do you know what it is, Jim?
I don't view Pete and Pete as a particularly good source. I've had a couple of chats with them, as well as a couple of text discussions with them as well. And one of the problems I had was when they were talking about the composition of the atmosphere. They were doing a positive test for oxygen, and I asked what was their positive test for nitrogen, and they kind of dodged, ducked, dived, and eventually banned me because I kept saying, well, surely to say that there is no nitrogen, you need some form of positive test for the nitrogen, because all you're actually showing is the fact that the system that you're using to split those gases is not 100% efficient. And when you read the specs of the machinery they were using, it was about 35% efficient.
All right, you convinced me. I got to go get coffee.
So my vote is my vote is that we give Jen 5 more minutes of ignorant speak, so he can continue to hang himself. So we can turn that around on him and point and laugh. But 5 minutes. Yeah, go on. Go ahead, brother.
You'll never be able to do that in your life.
Continue. 5 minutes, brother.
Inertial
Go.
mass. I posted it just now, so it's 54 minutes long. So if you want to watch it, go ahead. It's 54 minutes long. Get at your leisure, cup of tea, and watch it and learn how objects have an inertial mass. And that's what it's all about.
We know
Nothing
objects have an inertial mass
whatsoever.
But Jim, we accept that objects have inertial mass, yeah? That's not a problem. Inertial mass is definitely a thing, but it's not the cause of acceleration.
Yeah.
Yeah, we both agree on that, don't we?
why things fall down are the natural law. That's the order of the law that the Creator endowed this flat earth with.
Yeah, but that's a claim, Jim. That's not an explanation. That's another claim. Do you understand the difference? I could say objects fall down because the natural law says it does on a globe.
It's like magnetic force. I do wish you'd let me finish before you just jump in.
Things go down because they go
gravity
boom.
where you're talking about mass attracting mass. Observe that anywhere on this earth at all, anywhere. We don't.
But when I drop a mass, it seems to go towards the biggest mass. That's. So can I say that the Earth, whether it's flat? Hold on, Jim. 1 second. Let me get a point out. So if the Earth is flat or a globe, would you agree that my packet of cigarettes weighs less or has less mass than the flat or globe Earth below me?
The Earth, as it is not attracting anything.
No, that wasn't the question I asked. Would you address the question? Does the Earth have more mass than my packet of cigarettes?
It's what you're alluding to.
Yeah.
That's why I said no.
So I can say that the smaller mass seems to always fall towards the bigger mass. So that wouldn't be a false statement, would it?
I've never witnessed that in my life. You need to prove that. It's just a supposition.
I'm just proving it. I've got a mass. I'm pretty certain this mass is less than the Earth. Oh, it fell downwards.
It's not proof, I'm afraid.
I'm sorry. I've yet to falsify that. So if you can falsify that, then that would be awesome. But at the moment, what I'm going to go with, my observation says that a mass, the little masses that I have seem to all fall towards the big mass that is the Earth.
There is no proof of that at all. That's not.
Yeah, good point,
That's just due because I can have a piece of paper. And that will drop at a slower rate than your packet of cigarettes.
Yeah, so what?
Yeah, inertial mass.
So what? I mean, no, that's not, I can have a piece of paper. 1 second, Jim. I can have a piece of paper that weighs a lot more than my packet of cigarettes. It's like 5 meters by 5 meters.
I just said a piece of paper.
Now that will feel slower than my packet of cigarettes, yet has more inertial mass than the packet of cigarettes. So it looks like there's another factor involved here, and I'm going to postulate that it's going to be drag caused by the atmosphere.
Like helium balloon.
Correct.
And then I have my helium balloon.
My postulation.
And then I have my helium balloon.
With our model of gravity, helium
in the very same room with your cigarettes.
Yeah, and in fact, if I get enough helium balloons, I can send my cigarette
in my room with your cigarettes and my helium balloon. I let them both go. One goes up, one goes down.
Yeah, and that's explained by
one
buoyancy.
One goes up, one goes down.
And we have an explanation under the model of gravity for that.
Natural law.
Yeah, and that's part of the natural law of gravity. I agree.
It's lighter than the medium it's in. It's lighter than the medium.
Buoyancy, and you're right. Buoyancy means that the medium pushes down and the balloon goes up. We're in agreement. Buoyancy is a thing caused by gravity.
Your cigarettes are heavier in the medium they're in. That's it.
Actually, I can have a helium balloon that weighs more than my packet of cigarettes, yet still goes up. That's a bit fucking weird. Sounds like it's something to do with the volume as well.
That would have to be
so maybe this isn't just mass. Maybe this is a density thing that we're seeing rather than a mass thing. So I know I can have more helium than my packet of cigarettes, and I know if I fill a weather balloon with it, that weather balloon will go up, even though that helium weighed more than my cigarettes. So maybe it's not the mass, maybe it's the density in the medium, and that's what counts. Because I'm also pretty sure that a ship weighs more than the water that it's in, but I reckon it displaces about the same volume, and that's probably why it floats, because as an overall object, it's less dense than the water. Could that be an explanation?
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about buoyant force, yes.
Excellent.
Yeah. So if you'd like some stitches, I believe the term, I'm not sure what it is for men, but I know on women it's called an episciotomy.
Can I get a point?
Maybe we can stitch you back up a bit.
Can I get a point? Can I get a point?
You've hardly said a word today,
Can
mate.
I not
So
get
go
a
on.
point in now? Right.
I was going to say, I still want to get my question out there.
Sorry, can we after your response? Can you let some
the gravity that you're speaking about?
Terry respond.
You know, after. Can I just get the point in without you talking? Just say yeah. I'll get my point in, and then you can carry on. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do, because it always takes a long time with you. I'm going to get my point out. Don't talk. Let me get my point out, and then you can get your point out. Thank you. Now, the gravity that you're talking about doesn't exist. One, because you're talking about a force, because you keep using that, you guys, to the center core of this earth. It hasn't been to be a ball. So when you see something picked up, you've just increased its inertial probabilities of dropping onto the ground. Okay, that's what you've done. You pick up, it drops. And as to your helium balloon story, it's lighter in the medium it's in. Your cigarette box is dense and it's heavier than the medium. It doesn't have any, it's not light, it cannot rise. So it has to drop down. Has to, it cannot float, it cannot fly. So it has to go down, and that is the natural order of life. I've finished.
Gravity most certainly does exist. Gravitaxis, gravitropus, Mueller vesicles. Yeah. Flat earthers like to say, do your research. Do your research. Gravitasis, gravitropus, and Mueller vesicles. Research it.